All right, today we got the developer diaries for the Hellraiser Revival video game that's coming up. So let's take a look at what the devs got to say about our beloved Hellraiser series.
The first time I worked on a video game was 30 years ago this year. I spent a day in full makeup and costume. I did the day and I never heard another word about it. But 30 years later, here we are.
So the dev got down and dirty. I like hearing that.
Our studio never had the opportunity to work on such a project that involves so much violence and explicit sexual content. On the other hand, also, we never had the opportunity to work on an IP as big as Hellraiser before.
We instantly got hooked to this specific IP because a lot of our development team members are huge fans of this franchise, and there has never been a game in this universe before, and because of those two factors, it was really like a no-brainer to us.
They decided to go with a story mode based route instead of a multiplayer, like how Friday the 13th and now Michael Myers have joined in. So that's gonna be an interesting thing. I want to see what that's all about.
It was important to me to kind of be the guy that that focused things. We had a lot of Hellraiser experts on the team who had read all the books, seen all the movies, read all the comics, you know, really dug deep and absorbed everything that there was about this franchise. But when you've got like this smorgasbord of like existing material that you can draw on to tell a story, I think in some ways it can be a bit limiting, but it can also be a distraction from what made the work great in the first place. Like Hellraiser 1 and Hellraiser 2 and the Hellbound Heart, those are the things that really resonated with people and that made them lifelong fans, and those were the really special things. Everything else was like something that we could dip into if and where it was appropriate.
Yeah, I don't think this needs to follow
movies, were sometimes hard to
a protagonist. I don't think this needs to follow or retell a story out here. I think this could just start something wholly new.
Time. One of the things that we enjoyed making were the electrical effects when Cenobites appear, like those static electricity that appear on them when they pop out. Or, for example, the costumes the actors actually wore. For example, Pinhead, he had like a latex mask, so it was like a challenge to determine what's actually Doug Bradley's face and what was like the makeup and the layers of silicone. So it was like just like trying to balance what was their limitation and what we wanted to achieve with it.
Obviously, it's a little bit easier doing Pinhead for a video game because I get to stand in a sound booth behind a microphone without having to spend 4 hours in makeup first.
Our first priority.
You telling me that the original actor for the actual game being part of this experience isn't fire? Come on, let's do this.
It was to make the game to be Hellraiser, which meant that we need to be explicit, we needed to show violence, we needed to show sex, so all of these things needed to contribute to the game and to make it as true to the franchise as possible.
The way that we started with the design process, for any game, there needs to be a pre-production stage where it is basically the ideation. So we needed to first come up with the ideas that would drive the vision of the game. And finding vision is kind of tricky, especially when you're trying to honor what has already been left to you from Clive Barker's stories. And Hellraiser is not the easiest game to make, I would say. But still, it does leave you some of the elements which are kind of a no-brainer, like the puzzle box. It's literally a puzzle box, which means that it can be gamified or interacted with in some way.
So the game mechanic
it is. Oh man!
In the game based on the franchise and the IP is basically Cenobite powers. Like they're so iconic and unique and awesome in the franchise, and we wanted to give some of them to the players in a strange and unique way.
as we see in the second movie, and it's mentioned in the novella, there have always been a variety of configurations that are present in Hellraiser lore.
Right.
The Genesis configuration is a different but similar configuration to the Lament, and it has a specific purpose. It can do what the Lament does and call forth the Cenobites and kind of bridge the two worlds of the real world and the labyrinth, but it also has a role to play in
this is dope. Man, I wish. Sheesh. I know in the beginning of the video I said we don't need online necessarily, but man,
want to achieve
the online
the Genesis configuration is made for purpose for that.
What I expected to be doing,
the
was,
online
retreading the
potential for this would be fantastic.
Good suffering and suffering with legendary even sights to show you and tear your soul apart, time to play and blah blah blah. All of that was kind of what I expected to be doing. That and not necessarily much more. What really surprised me was how much the writers, the game developers, had developed. Aiden may be going to find that things are not quite so simple, not quite so straightforward.
I wonder if they'll explore the feeding
game.
people to the box
is strong and it's powerful
concept,
and I think people are going to have a lot of fun with it.
Man. Come on, son. Yeah, this is hype juice for me. I'm loving this. A nice little story. They have to. Oh man, I'm all over the place with this right now. They have to drop some online mode DLC type scenario, because the configurations with the boxes, that's something really like in lore. So that's, man, oh man, let's do this. Yeah, just for ha-has, let's take a look at the trailer here really fast. Oh man, this game looks really good, yo.
You have a void.
Let's get some proper
Desirous, gaping heart. It thirsts.
I want to feed people to the box.
Pleasure. The very thing we offer.
We've got such sights to show you.
She is hellbound. Follow her, for we have such sights to show you.
Woo! Is YouTube even gonna allow me to properly have this up? Jeez, I guess we'll see. Yes. Give me the Hellraiser. Alright, that's it for today. We're going to keep it short and sweet. Whew. Hellraiser, hype. Are you hype? Hit the chat. Let me know. Let us know. Too casual out here. Let's go, baby. Big Hellraiser energy.